Yes, my people, we are back at it again, and you are here with Talisha Inaco at the Finance Hub. And we have another dilemma. I got an eviction notice last month, and I haven't told anyone. This is jarring. It's getting so cold, and it's just before Christmas. It actually really breaks my heart because nobody should be homeless at all, let alone around this time. My kids think we're moving for a change of scenery, but the truth is, I couldn't keep up with rent after losing my job. I cry in the bathroom every night because I don't know how to tell them that their home, the only place they've known, is gone because of me. This is so sad, man. This is the reality for a lot of people. If we're talking about the housing market, private sector, the rents are soaring. The rents are going through the roof. It's because mortgage rates have risen. Councils have brought in selective licensing. Landlords are being asked to pay for additional things, which unfortunately it's falling back on the tenant to pay. Right now in this economy, job security doesn't exist. Cost of living is rising, but the pays aren't going up. So I can actually sympathize and understand that you couldn't afford your rent. But what's sad is that what is the solution? People say do rent control, but rent control can only happen if mortgage rates are controlled. And if that doesn't happen, then rent control is not a reality. Some people don't understand that the councils, they sold off a lot of their stock in the 90s. There's no council houses. So if there's no council houses, but then private landlords can't get rates to be able to rent to people accordingly, then this is where we have this problem. Because the banks ain't talking to the councils ain't talking to private landlords, and the tenants in the end, they suffer. Now, I'm going to give you 4 tips and things that you need to do right now. Whatever council that you are under, you need to contact their housing options team or their housing temporary accommodation team. You need to go through the process to get temporary accommodation, because what you don't want to do is end up on the street with your children and have nowhere. And you are a priority because you have young children, so they will have to find you temporary accommodation. But it's important for everyone watching this video to understand councils are closing their doors on temporary accommodation. That is what is making the councils bankrupt. It costs too much. Private landlords are charging way too much for temporary accommodation, and it's just not feasible anymore. There's too many families that are stuck in temporary accommodation, and it's costing the council millions and millions and millions of pounds. However, if you are priority need, in terms of you've got young children, you've got a severe disability, you're over, I think it's 70, then you qualify for temporary accommodation. Or if you're in like domestic violence or something like that, you contact your council ASAP, tell them what's going on. You've received an eviction notice. They're going to ask you what date is your eviction up or whatever it may be. Tell them, hopefully they will put you in temporary accommodation for you and your children. The second thing I would say is speak to your landlord. Now, some people have this thing in their mind that all landlords are bad. I don't believe that. I'm a landlord myself. However, I am not being biased, because there are some shitty landlords out there that do not do their repairs properly, that just want money, and blood. They don't care about their tenants, but they don't care about their tenants because they don't care about people, and they are just scumbags. I believe that there are some of those out there, but I also know, because I am one of them, there are good landlords who would understand your personal circumstance and would try and help you put in a repayment plan, or even just reduce your rent for a certain period of time. If you can show that you're going to get a certain level of income after a certain point, because you need to understand landlords are humans as well. We have bills, okay? We have bills. If you have a good relationship with your landlord, I'm sure you can come together. I'm talking from a landlord's perspective now, is that I don't want to go to court. Pretty sure your landlord doesn't want to go to court, because court takes months. They're still losing out on money. You're still stressed. It's a nightmare. So talk to your landlord, see if you can come up with a plan to work together to see if you can either stay in the home, he or she can work with you. Not all landlords want blood and money. Some of us actually care about people. Some of us care about people. Some of us are really good human beings. The first thing I would say, seek professional support, okay? Speak to Citizens Advice Bureau, speak to StepChange. Shelter, they have an amazing advocacy service where they can advocate on your behalf to speak to your landlord, and also to educate you on what your rights are as a tenant. with this reform bill that's technically in place, there are more security for tenants. So you can use that, but don't abuse it because your landlord is a human as well. And the fourth thing I would say would be prioritize your children, protect their stability with schools, with their support system. Speak to a trusted person at the school just so there can be some provisions made. I would say, sit them down in a loving way where you're not putting blame on yourself. You're letting them know that a change is going to happen. It's coming from a hopeful place. It's not coming from a place of fear, because one thing you don't want to do is inject fear into your children, but it's coming from a hopeful place. That's all you can do, because this change is inevitable. It is going to happen. One thing I always say, my mom always told me, don't play about the roof over your head. And I understand circumstances happen. Security is key. This is just a way that you can maybe soften the blow a little bit. So there's 4 things that you need to do. I'll put them across the screen again, just so you can know. People, if you have any further advice for this lady, please drop it in the comment section. Give her some love, give her some positive energy, and, give her some advice if you have anything further to contribute. Follow, like, tell a friend, subscribe to our channel.